Hi, I'm Scarp's Timelines and I'm starting a new series called Kaarenuoma. The name has two words where Kaari means arc and Uoma means a riverbed. As you will see, all the streams and rivers in this map end up having arcs or turns to some degree. And just a side note, do not regard my map making skills too highly. This is only my second time with map editor, and let's just say that my skills and knowledge related to this game is elsewhere. The goal of this series is to take a look at one example of how a town in Finland would emerge from seemingly nowhere and eventually develop in a larger city. Well, large in our scale anyway. Episodes will be one milestone at a time, apart from this one where you can see some bits of making the map for it. And then last few episodes where milestones end, but we will go all the way to roughly 300k residents. Game affecting mods I will be using are tree control, forest brush, 81 tiles, realistic population, and find it plus blob growables. The last two are there to allow me to select the correct, so to speak, looking buildings. Also, I will play this with unlimited money and unlimited ground resources, but achievements or milestones must be reached normally, so to speak. Apart from gaining all 81 tiles, Traffic Manager is there to only disable vehicle despawning. The rest of the mods are only for the visuals or computer performance. Each episode, after this one obviously, is supposed to end into a stage where the village or town or city is ready. Each of those save games will be published on Steam as well as this map. During making this map, I originally wanted to make the entire ground, apart from places with ore, to be fertile, but then cover it with forest, as that was the case with almost all of Finland before agriculture. Or to be more precise, some of it was fertile on its own, and most of the fields were done by burning down the forest and making it fertile in the process. So I thought that this trick would allow me and you to just remove forest and fertile ground would appear. Just like you can do in the game. If there is fertile ground, you can plant a forest, and when you remove it, it becomes fertile again. Apparently, during the map editing, planting a forest on fertile ground makes it infertile permanently. So I had to make the fields myself, and in advance. It sets up the next episode so that I should plant the first farms there, hope that the population will reach only the first milestone, and then go from there. It also affects the story, so that the initial importance of the region must be agricultural. But that's okay, it's quite common here. Another bummer was the fact that I had to use an official highway to make those connections to the outer world. But when the next episode begins, I will replace them with gravel roads. While making the roads to this map, I try to find the easiest path to make road, keeping in mind that we are talking about very old times and technology to do roads. So, just in case you wonder why the road is so twisty, back in the day roads used to be that way, because people didn't yet have technology to go as straight as possible. Having often only shovels and pickaxes and horses to carry things, they wouldn't dig all too much, but rather round bigger hills or rocks. Bridges, which this map obviously needs, were similarly chosen to be there where they would be the shortest ones. Next I will give you further information about making this pseudo-Finnish map. In Finnish forests, the three most common trees are pine, spruce and birch. Occurrence for each tree depends on the ground. Pines do have a long and deep roots, so they survive well in drier ground. Therefore, they are common on top of hills and especially on slopes. I also decided to put more pines where there is ore in the ground, although that is only my intuition. Also, I put more rocks to the pine forest to make them appear more dry. Birches instead need a lot of water, as do other leaf trees in general, so I put leaf forests near water. Spruces are something between these two. Their roots are not as deep as with pines, but they do spread a lot, so they can manage a bit drier ground, but do not drown in a more moist ground either. This map ended up having fairly low and gradual hills, so pine isn't as common as it is in real life, and leaf trees are way more common than they should be. But not every region here is the same. I'll try to make vegetation similar to real ones, but there are simply no correct options to make that actually very realistic. And you might also notice that the fields I made in the middle of forests are almost all rectangles. Most of the older villages here and the rest of the Europe used to have this open field system where each field was divided into columns. Each field would be sown and with one type of grain, and each house would take care of one column from each field. Those long columns often resulted in rectangular shapes, but not always. You'll probably get this idea better in the next episode. I guess that is all I wanted to say about this map and this project so far. Hopefully you enjoy this, and remember to subscribe and stuff.
Just drift away, lay down the vibe and soothe my woes. I long to lose myself in lo-fi beats. Just drift away, lay down the vibe and soothe my woes. I long for that chill in lo-fi streets and drift away. And when my heart feels peace, you know that harmony will ease me. And when the day runs dry, the rhythm flows and holds to keep me.